It's my Prairiedise, yeah. Where we make ashtrays from empties and drunk is the dress code.
Hi, and welcome to Sask Music's Indigenous History Month series. My name is LJ Tyson, and I'm joined today by my friend Roland Corrigal. Roland, how are you?
I'm great. It's a beautiful sunny day out here in Prince Albert.
Yes, for sure. I'm very much enjoying the sunshine, not so much the heat, but I suppose it's better than the alternative.
Yep. Well, there's always a bright way to look at it, and things are green and thriving. So that's always a good thing when we get to a little bit of heat and a little bit of rain.
That's a very Roland response. I always see you as the bright side kind of dude here. That's awesome. Which is so reflective in your music, actually. And in my opinion, you write some of the catchiest tunes. Like I'm thinking like your songs Hot Summer Cool and Prairiedise. Is that something that you purposely do, or is that just the way you write?
Well, I'd like to think like some of my songwriting has evolved over the years. Some of the songs I wrote when I was a teenager to right up until even in the last year. But definitely it's evolved. I think every songwriter evolves in different ways. Their message definitely changes, their style changes. But I always think about, the fundamentals of songwriting and structure. And obviously you got to have your hook in there. And determining what that hook is something that's always at the back of my mind before going into a song and what that might sound or look like going in.
So Prairiedise was one of your most recent releases a few years ago. That's just a good driving song. It's just a good summertime Saskatchewan anthem. How did you come up with the term Prairiedise?
Well, as most people will probably figure out, I took prairie and paradise and put those together. I was actually at the SCMAs in Calgary, and if you've ever done that trip between Saskatoon and Calgary before, it's a long, flat drive of prairies, and it was actually during that drive where I kind of started thinking about that concept of having prairie paradise, thinking of the rural settings, and then what really capped it off was actually some of the folks that I met immediately after that, the days following, and I was like, okay, there's something here. And then as a songwriter, as you have your list of song ideas, maybe lyrics, maybe different hooks. So I always refer back to that when I go back into the songwriting process, and a lot of the ideas I had for that song came out of that list as well. So if I ever go back through there, I'm like, oh, right, that's where I got that one from there, and that's where that came from, and it kind of just all meshed together and came into this basically a prairie-themed anthem with some East Coast inspirations. When I say that is because there's a lot of like East Coast music that I had observed that they're really singing more about their land and their people, and that's where I was like, I don't think I've really heard a lot of those outside of the Pirate of Saskatchewan type song, and I was like, okay, we need more of that.
That's what it is. It's those. That's what the vibe is. It's yeah. What is that? Last Saskatchewan Pirate?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Like Saskatchewan anthem stuff. No, I'm loving it. So lots of country artists have to do gigs that are with a band, and lots of country artists have to do gigs that are just on their own, solo acoustic kind of gigs. And then everyone is sometimes lucky enough to get to do both. I want to ask you, because I know you do quite a bit of both. Which one is your favorite? Do you like those stripped down acoustic gigs more where you kind of get to story tell, or do you like playing with a band more?
You know what? You're absolutely right. I grew up playing in a cover band, more of a party type band over the years, and then kind of evolved more into a solo artist slash storyteller. And that's really what I like the best. I love those high energy playing with the band songs because you can really like feed into the crowd. But there was a show I did, I want to say 4 months before everything kind of shut down when COVID started. and it was when I was opening up for Emerson Drive, and that was a solo acoustic show. I did have like a harmony accompaniment by the magical effects of guitar pedals. So that was really great. But it was that show after like many years of like performing on stage. It was that show where I was like, you know what? I love just telling these stories. I love hearing and seeing people's reactions to every like single word. And it was that moment where I just felt like, wow, I love telling stories. But at the same time, as you know, to feel when you're on the stage with like-minded people jamming along with you and feeling the vibe, that's a whole other level too. So it's hard to really say like it's 50-50. It's more of like, what do I feel like eating today, noodles or toast?
Awesome. Talking about playing live shows, I know COVID kind of sidetracked everyone, and I know we're all kind of getting back into it, but are you looking forward to getting back out there and playing some live music again?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, prior to that, I was just about to start doing a casino tour with Sega. My last show, I usually save all of my set lists. Like I have a paper version of that. I don't know if you do that as well, but inside my guitar case is like my last show prior to that, entertainment shutdown, for lack of a better word, was at one of the Sega casinos, and I was looking forward to that. I was looking forward to like getting out there and doing that again. And when things started getting back up again, I did have people reaching out again. I did have those folks reaching out. I did have festival folks reaching out as as recent as last month. And I was like, okay, I'm just not quite ready yet to like commit myself to like every weekend, every like I wasn't ready to give those weekends up yet because I kind of shifted my priorities during that break for many reasons, but that being said, I'm not looking to keep that trend. I'd like to go back into doing the music stuff again. Recently, I did a wedding that I agreed to do a year ago, and boy, that felt good. I was like, and it wasn't like the after celebration, playing at that. It was at the reception. I was playing songs that meant something to the bride and groom, and it was like I sang a song that the bride walked into, and I was just like, oh my god, this feels good. I'm not just playing like a song that people can like celebrate to. It was like something that really meant something to them, and I was kind of nervous because it's like that's you could sing it one time and it's going to be remembered in people's days and their phones, and I'm sure they had some professional videographers and photographers there too, but I was like, okay, I got to make sure I get this right because they're not walking into Here Comes the Bride, they're walking into me. And I was like, okay, so that was a really neat feeling, but at the same time it reminded me like, geez, I work really well under pressure, and I love that feeling. It makes me perform better, and on top of that, I like making people just putting a smile on their faces and having them react to basically the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Well, to add to the pressure a little bit, once you are back there doing live shows, our audience is going to be hearing new tunes from you. Are you writing at the moment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There's I honestly thought I would have had something done and ready to distribute right now. I already talked to two producers during the break. As recently as, geez, when was that? Oh, January, February. We were going to start doing something in March, and then things just like life happened. But I'm still in contact with this producer. I've got some songs ready to go. So it's just a matter of basically pulling the trigger and getting that started, and then it's just the whole process of getting all your marketing in place, and then any support shows that you want to do to follow that up with. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that again soon, but I can't give you a date or a time, but it will happen. I even have some of the radio folks saying like, "Hey, when are you going to release something again?"
So for folks that want to keep up to date with all your updates, where do they find you on social media, your website, things like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do have a website. It's my first and last name.com. So rolandcorrigal.com. Usually when I have dates, they'll pop up on there. It's more of a place to it's more of an archive for me to see like, okay, this is what we did. This is where we've got some photos of things we've done over the past. But more like everybody else, I'm more active on social media. You'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, and I feel like there's another place, but I'm out there. Some weeks I'm more active than others, but I appreciate getting messages from folks as well about different things, and other artists reach out all the time too. It's really great to hear from them as well, like yourself and others in Saskatchewan. And as you know, I'm also actively involved with supporting others as well. So I like doing that.
Yes, for sure. Awesome. Everyone go check out Roland all across social media. Go stream his music, Spotify, Apple Music. We'll buy his music. It's great to buy music. Thank you so much, Roland, for joining us. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thanks, LJ.
Welcome to my Prairiedise.